Good evening and welcome to Minnesota Association of College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. I'm John, your facilitator for the evening, and we thank you so much for coming. Remember, during this session, your camera, microphone are off, but you still can communicate with us using the Q&A button below on your screen. Any kind of questions they have from our college reps this evening, just make sure you put the question in that area, and they'll be happy to answer that question for you down the line as well. Also, remember that if there's anything that you missed during the session, there will be a recording of this session at strivescan.com/Minnesota. So now let's get things started. First, we're going to have up the University of Kansas.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Laura Nelson, and I am the admissions rep for the University of Kansas. I am based here in the Twin Cities. I am originally from here as well, and I am a KU grad. So I'm looking forward to speaking with you all tonight about KU. So I just kind of want to start us off and talk about who are Jayhawks and what does our student body look like. So you'll see some numbers on your screen here. At KU, we have about 19,000 undergraduate students, which I really find to be a sweet spot. You know, we are a large school. We're Division I, part of the Big 12. That brings along a lot of opportunities and things to get involved in, but it's also small enough to where it feels very manageable to get involved, take that step to, you know, introduce yourself to someone and see the same folks walking to and from class. Campus is very compact, walkable, and manageable. Over 40% of our students do come from outside the state of Kansas, so I can assure you, you will not be the only person from the state of Minnesota or any outside state attending KU. We do have students from all 50 states and over 100 countries represented on our campus. And then I know a lot of students wonder about what class sizes are going to look like. Obviously, at KU, you're going to have a variety of course sizes, but a lot of your classes are going to be around that 30 student mark, which may be something similar to the, what you're used to right now in your high school courses. I also want to touch on the fact that we are part of the AAU. It stands for Association of American Universities. It's a really big deal. We're only one of 36 public institutions and one of the founding members of this organization. And what this means is that when you think of the big pot of funding that schools get, 60% of that funding goes to schools that are part of the AAU. We have a mission and dedication to put this towards research and to allow our students to research and conduct experiments at the undergraduate level. This also allows us to have a lot of areas of study. You'll see that we have over 400. So truth be told, if we have that major you're looking for at KU, I can promise that it's a really good program and you're definitely going to enjoy the experience within that program at KU. Another big draw to coming to KU is just where we're located. We're located in Lawrence, Kansas. It's 7 hours straight south of the Twin Cities area. So it is nice. It is a drivable distance. Otherwise, if you fly into Kansas City, it's under an hour. It's really quick. But Lawrence is, in my biased opinion, the best town in the US. It's very welcoming, rooted in tradition, just really genuine, nice folks that live there. Every year we're named one of the top 10 college towns in the nation. But there's a lot more to Lawrence than just KU's campus. You'll see on your screen, it pictures our downtown area known as Mass Street. So that's where we're going to have all of our, you know, local restaurants and shops and music venues. There's also a lot of outdoor activities at KU, which was important to me. We do have lakes there, hiking and biking trails. I know there's probably going to be a hockey player out there, so I promise we still have the opportunity for you to play hockey in Kansas. Here's just a little map of where we're located. So we're kind of nestled in between Topeka and Kansas City. So again, this just it makes for really good opportunities for jobs and internships down the line too. Jayhawk identity. This is the only place that you can go to school where you can be a Jayhawk. So we're very strong in our pride and traditions here at KU. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to create your own communities and make friends when you're at school here. And a lot of that's going to come from where you live, connecting with alumni, and then just getting involved in at least one of our over 600 clubs and organizations. So let's talk about admission here. We do have assured admission requirements. These are posted on our website as well. We are test optional for admission. So please know that you do not have to submit a test score if you don't have one or if you feel like it doesn't reflect you as a student. So you'll see those here, but just know if you don't currently meet this criteria, we will admit below these standards as well. We'll just be taking an extra look at your application and what courses you've been taking throughout your high school career. Scholarships, obviously a really important factor, especially when looking at an out-of-state school. We have some great, really hefty scholarships available for out-of-state students based on your GPA. So GPA is the only factor that they're going to be looking at. If you meet this criteria, you'll automatically be awarded that scholarship, and this is per year. So for example, the KU Access, if you have a 325, you'll automatically get $8,000 a year off of tuition. Which can make it really comparable to a lot of in-state options in Minnesota. And then just kind of a timeline of dates to remember. FAFSA is currently open if there's some seniors out there. It is optional, but definitely consider filling that out. Housing selection is going to take place in April, but the application is going to open in November. And then May 1 is always our enrollment deposit deadline. And then if you want to snap a photo, these are just some quick references and links for how to visit campus and see more about our school. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, University of Kansas. That was great information. Next, we're going to have Lawrence Technological University.
Hello, good evening. My name is Adam Berry. I'm with Lawrence Technological University. Sorry about the confusion. You'll see very quickly, we are not located in Lawrence, Kansas. Sorry, University of Kansas. So we're located in Southfield, Michigan. We're located in Metro Detroit in Oakland County. So a very diverse campus here in Southfield. So you can see there's quite a few states represented here on campus. But there's a fairly small campus body. We have about 3,000 students at the university. About 2,000 of those are undergraduate students. So we want to make sure that you're critically impacted by the work of the professors, that you have opportunities to work with them on a lot of different projects. You're directly admitted into your program of study at Lawrence Tech. So you'd have the opportunity to take some of those major courses within your first year, which leads to a lot of opportunities down the line. The motto of the university is theory and practice. So we incorporate that into all the curriculum that we offer at the university. So you'll work side by side with your faculty on industry-sponsored projects. We're actually working on things that have been developed within industry and then are actually being tested out on campus. We also were the recipients of $1 million undergraduate research grant. So you have funding available to you as an undergraduate student, and the faculty will help you build those opportunities as well, depending on what your particular interests are. Obviously, campus is home, so we want to make sure your campus experience is as full as it can be. So you can see the pictures there from East Hall. That was opened in fall 2018, houses all of our freshman students on campus. In total, we have about 1,000 of our undergraduate students that do live on campus. So about half of the population is here on our campus. And there's a lot to do on our campus. There's over 100 different programs and student activities that you can get involved with. Everything from your traditional Greek letter organizations through athletic programs. You can do things in like silliness. We have a grilled cheese society on campus. So college is really that opportunity to get out there and get involved, try out some new things. And we want to make sure you're trying some of those things here on campus as well. Of course, if you want to continue your athletic program, we encourage you to do that here at Lawrence Tech. We have over 30 different organizations that you can join, either varsity or JV for the athletics programs. Some of the new ones there are our competitive cheer team. They have the esports and track and field. If you want to connect to the coaches for any of those, you can do that at l2athletics.com. We are an NAIA sport, so they can offer out scholarships. But you want to make sure you connect with your coaches for that. It is that season for applications, so hopefully you're getting all set for those. At Lawrence Tech, first and foremost, we want to see your academic rigor. Make sure that you're going to be on the level playing field coming into the university. So your high school transcripts are going to be reviewed on your core subjects in math, social sciences, natural sciences, and language and literature, with some particular attention to where your grade trends are, what kind of the rigor of the curriculum was, and those things. And then your essay, it's really casual with Lawrence Tech. We want to make sure that we know who you are. Just talk about who you are, what your background is. We're trying to see how you fit in on our campus. What's your voice going to be in the classroom setting? So don't worry, we're not grading your essay or anything. We're just trying to see a little bit more about who you are as a person. And of course, we're test optional for fall 2022. So don't worry about the SAT or ACT. If you have a score and you want to report it to us, feel free. It's just supplemental information. We would just use it for some things like placement assessment testing. Nothing crazy at the moment. As a private university, our tuition is about $37,000 to $38,000 per year, but the cost of attendance, when you include room and board, anywhere between $46,000 and $48,000 per year. But again, it's all about scholarship opportunities. So we would automatically review you for the academic scholarships based on your high school classes, anything you've taken at a higher level, honors, if you've done things in AP, and of course, if you've done dual enrollment, that's also a great point to look at for those scholarships. Those range between $4,500 and $16,000 per year. And you can gain a second scholarship as well. For athletes, that'll be your athletic scholarship. For our out-of-state students, that's our National Blue Devil Scholarship, which is $5,000 per year. All the scholarships are renewable for 4 years at the university. Our students take their professionalism very seriously, so they're already geared very much into their professional track. So they're going to be involved in some sort of co-op or internship. We have the flexibility within Metro Detroit for you to do the internship and take classes at night at the same time. So we really want to make sure you're taking advantage of that. At graduation, this last year was 86% of our students already had a job or were going on to graduate school. The academic programs listed out here on the 4 colleges, any of the blue dots are going to be our bachelor's programs. Any of the green dots are going to be our master's level programs. Those are all available at ltu.edu/academics. And of course, it's time to get connected. So we want to make sure you can connect back with us, ask questions, but most importantly, visit. So if you go to ltu.edu/visit, you're going to have an opportunity to see all those different opportunities for campus tours, for virtual visits, join the faculty for a program overview, anything to help you get a good sense of what your trajectory is going to be. With that, I will hand it off. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lawrence. Next, we're going to have Dakota County Technical College.
Thank you very much. I'll get my screen running here. So we should be all looking at my first slide here. Good evening, everyone. My name is Danny Monroe, and I am one of the admissions representatives at Dakota County Technical College. We are a 2-year technical college located in the South Metro, in just probably 20 minutes from the Twin Cities area. And we offer over 50 programs that offer our students an opportunity to obtain education for employment. Education for employment is our motto. And we offer these opportunities, these programs that are designed to transition a graduate directly into the workforce after a very short period of time. Usually 1 or 2 years is all. And the classrooms are designed in a way to allow the students to be in a real world environment, to obtain that real world like experience, to again, make that seamless transition directly into their technical career. A couple of other fundamental things about DCTC before I continue on with some deeper details is we are a member of the Minnesota State System of Colleges and Universities. And what that means is we are one of the 32-year schools. And of course, there are also 7 universities for a total family of 37 institutions in the Minnesota State System. So we're very proud to be a member of that system. And it also, being a member of that system, it allows us to be able to offer the lowest tuition in the state of Minnesota. So not only education for employment, but affordable education for employment. Now, our student community is small but mighty. We have a student body of approximately 2,300 students that we serve each year. And those students are in a variety of programs, formats, deliveries. They may be going part-time or full-time. So a lot of programs do offer some flexibility at DCTC. I will state, however, some of our programs are not flexible because they are, again, designed to transition a student into their field as quickly as possible. So moving on, a lot of times I talk with students who are just a little unclear about what makes a technical college special. And what it means is we specialize in the trades. A lot of our programs are in the trades. You'll see a list on the next slide that might add some clarity, some visuals for you. The industry trades, construction, manufacturing, STEM. Our programs also offer a variety of awards that students can obtain. Some of our programs offer an Associates of Science, Associates of Applied Science, diplomas or certificates. And so I definitely encourage you to check out our website if you are interested in education for employment and you want to discover more about what we offer. Here is a quick list. I know it's over 50 programs. A lot of it is pretty tiny, but hopefully you'll get a glimpse of some of our pathway options. We specialize in 9 different pathways, and I want to just kind of give a quick tip. If you are interested in one of the construction and manufacturing pathways, programs, or transportation, or some of the health and education programs, those do tend to fill up early. So early application and completion of the admissions process is really encouraged, having a sense of urgency around that. And again, because I mentioned we are education for employment, I wanted to quickly go over our success of our graduates. And we have a total employment rate of 96.8%. And we are very proud of that. We also have students that are continuing their education. I mentioned in the beginning that our programs are education for employment, designed to get you into your careers. But that doesn't mean that we can't be a starting point for students who do plan later on to get a bachelor's degree, continue their education. It just means that they are able to transition into a career as soon as possible, and perhaps work on that later on down the road. I also want to quickly cover the services that are offered in our Career and Transfer Resource Center. Aria is the director, and her staff really help students prepare for the job search process. Resume writing, cover letter writing, interview skills, mock interviews, really helping students seek employment with confidence and the skills necessary to secure employment. Also wanted to give you a little glimpse because we have such limited time. I can't really go into detail. I wish I could. This is my favorite topic to talk about, the support that we offer our students at DCTC. For example, students could have up to 3 different advisors specializing in 3 different things, whether it's academic advising and financial aid, they have a faculty advisor, and then they could also have a trio advisor, which I'm going to give a sidebar here. When you do start college, definitely ask, regardless of where it is, if that college offers TRIO. It's a fabulous program with over 50 years of proven success. And so anyway, I just wanted to give you a snapshot of the kinds of support that our students have at DCTC, and also a really quick snapshot of ways that you can find balance in your education at DCTC. And I also want to encourage you, regardless of where you go to college, don't let it just be about hard work. Please find balance. Take the time to explore options for clubs and organizations, for athletics. DCTC, we have a student life center that has a wonderful array of different opportunities to expand your resume, get involved, meet other people. We have 6 varsity athletic teams, 6 different athletics that you could take part in, opportunities to really get connected with other people outside of the classroom. It can't just be about hard work. We need some balance. We need some fun. So regardless of where you go. And also on our website, which is at the bottom here, dctc.edu, if you have questions about the admissions process, click on this button at the top, and there's various ways to get in touch with us, virtually, in person. We offer virtual info sessions, as well as virtual walk-ins, and as well as, of course, on-campus support as well. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I just want to thank everyone for listening about DCTC.
Thank you so much, DCTC. That was great information. Next, we're going to have Minnesota State University, Mankato.
All right. We will get our presentation up here and I'll do my introduction. Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm an admissions officer at Minnesota State University, Mankato. Here we go. There we go. And so if you're not familiar with Mankato, we are about 85 miles south of the Twin Cities. We are in, if you grew up on the Laura Ingalls Wilder books, we were the big city that Laura Ingalls would go to in Little House on the Prairie. Other than that, we are one of Minnesota's fastest growing economies. So we do have a lot going on in the southern Minnesota here in the city of Mankato. As an institution, we have been around for over 150 years. So our founding name was the Mankato Normal School. And now we are Minnesota State University. Mankato is at, we have grown from just 27 students to now close to 15,000 students, including our graduate student population. And as kind of been mentioned with the other schools, this is kind of a mid-range size. So we do like to say that we're able to offer the best of both worlds in that we have a lot of resources available, but as you can see from our class sizes, we're able to keep it at about a 20-to-1 faculty to student ratio. So that's a number we're pretty proud of. We do offer over 130 undergraduate programs. So we'll talk a little bit more about some of the programs offered through our institution. And then some other things we're proud of, we have a 93% job placement rate that is measured within 1 year of graduation. And we are a national leader in undergraduate research. So great opportunity to kind of get your feet wet in that research in the undergraduate level. And then finally, we do have over 200 student organizations to choose from. This just provides an optional way to get involved, make some friends, and maybe develop some new interests along the way. As I did mention, we have over 130 undergraduate programs. We unfortunately don't have time to go into all of them, but these are some of our top programs by number, so our most popular programs. And then these are some of our more unique majors. So we're kind of specifically sought out in many cases for these. Our aviation, we're the only four-year aviation program in the state of Minnesota. Top construction management and sports management programs. We have a relatively new clinical sciences building, which we're able to house a full dental clinic, providing a hands-on experience to our students and also a great resource for our Mankato community. And then our theater program is actually in the top 1% of ticket sales in the nation. So kind of a fun way, whether you like to interested in studying theater or not, definitely access to a lot of great shows. Now this, as I mentioned, one of the benefits of being a larger school and the opportunities we're able to offer is our student support services. So this is kind of an overview of the different services we have available. I'm not going to get into everything, unfortunately, just for lack of time, but I do want to point out the Career Development Center and the Center for Academic Success as great resources that you would have access to from your first year on. Our diversity and inclusion resources are really great, not only excellent support systems and services available through these programs, but some really fun events. And they usually do a pretty good job of bringing at least one or two nationally renowned speakers to campus. And so there's a lot of great opportunities available through this office. Additionally, in terms of health services, we have an on-site clinic, pharmacy, a dental clinic, as I mentioned, and a student counseling center to help you keep you healthy and well during your time with us as a student. Just a snapshot of campus life. As I mentioned, we have over 200 student organizations to choose from. We are Division I for men and women's hockey, and then Division II for all other athletic teams, and then have a variety of campus and community engagement opportunities available for our students. Getting into it with the application process, it is our free application month. So for the entire month of October, we have waived our usually $20 application fee. So it's a great time to apply. Even if you haven't made your final decisions, but Mankato is still in your top several, I recommend going ahead and completing that application and getting that taken care of. We don't ask for any initial letters of recommendations or essays as part of our initial process, but we're going to talk a little bit about some of our guidelines. But then after you submit your initial application, we do ask that you work with your high school office to get us your transcripts and ACT scores. We do have rolling admissions, so after we receive your information, you should usually hear back from us within about 7 to 10 business days with a response. Now, I did mention automatic admission, or sometimes called guaranteed admission, and that would be the first step around that your application would pass through. So if you meet any one of these automatic admission requirements, you do have guaranteed admission. So what that's going to look like is if you choose to submit an ACT, you have 3 ways. So be in the top 50% of your high school class, have your cumulative GPA of at least a 3.0, or have a 21 or higher ACT with a minimum 2.7 GPA. We do ask for minimum 15 ACT on that as well. If you choose not to submit an ACT, we are test optional through fall of 2022. You have the GPA and the class rank ways of getting that automatic admission. We do offer many on-campus living options. That's generally one of the really great benefits if you have the chance to visit us on campus. I think students are really impressed by our living arrangements, so we have a lot of great options here. So hopefully you get a chance to come and tour with us, and we can definitely show you our resident communities. And just to give you some perspective, about 90% of our first-year students do utilize that option. I'm going to just close on just our tuition costs. So for our in-state tuition, we're at about $8,000. Room and meals average at about $10,000. And then with a total estimated cost of attendance at about $19,000. Plenty of scholarship opportunities available. We are also undocumented and DACA-friendly, documented-friendly institution as well. So there we go. That's my time. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, certainly reach out, and hopefully you have the chance to visit us on campus someday. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Minnesota State. Next, we're going to have University of Sioux Falls.
Hi, everyone. Let me get the PowerPoint pulled up. One moment, please. All right. So hi, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Xochitl, and I am an admissions counselor at the University of Sioux Falls. So USF is a private liberal arts university located in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. If you're not familiar with the area, we're about 3.5 to 4 hours southwest of the Twin Cities, the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. So it's a very super easy drive. We have about 1,600 students representing about 38 different states and over 14 different countries. And we offer more than 90 different majors or minors. Sorry about that. All right, so if you're not familiar with Sioux Falls, I would say we're about a medium-sized city, about 250,000 people, plenty of activities for all different types of interest and people. And we are continually in the top 10 best cities for young adults to live in. And I think that is due to the variety of factors, including we have 2 incredible multi-million-dollar hospitals, banks, nonprofits, school districts. So our students have a lot of opportunities during and after they finish. And as far as the campus, we are located in the center of Sioux Falls. So it's a very easy commute for our students, especially to the downtown area, which is only about 5 minutes away. All right, so students are finding an enormous success after they finish here, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that we invest in many ways in our students, and that leads to a consistently high placement rate of around 99%. And again, that's due to the fact that where we're located, Sioux Falls just offers a variety of opportunities and a variety of different backgrounds to our students throughout their time here. And our staff, faculty, and especially professors understand that the classroom component is just as important as those real-world experiences. Your professors here will know you personally. We have small classroom sizes. As you can see, we have a 16:1 student to faculty ratio. And not only are they teaching you, but they're also your academic advisors. So they essentially become your mentors during your time here. One thing that USF students, or you'll hear over and over again, that they enjoy about being at USF is that sense of belonging from the moment they arrive. We have a very strong knit community. It feels more like a family, and it's really easy to get involved and connect with other students at USF. So what's it like to be a student here? Well, we have a variety of student clubs and organizations. As you can see, we have more than 100. They're all created by students and led by students. So this is a fun way to connect with other students and find other USF students that have similar interests. And our student activities office does a phenomenal job of putting on daily events throughout the evening and on weekends for our students. And we do find that most of our students, especially those living on campus, do attend them. As a faith-based institution, we do offer campus ministries. However, this is optional to our students. We do hold chapel every Tuesday at 10 a.m. and our entire campus closes. So there are no classes held during this hour, and our offices do close as well. So this is a great time for our community to come together, and you'll find many students, faculty, and staff attending our chapel. We also have weekly Bible studies and worship. Our students can be part of our music ensembles, our theater production, but more importantly, our performing arts department offers scholarships for both our major and non-major students. If you'd like to continue your athletics, you most certainly can do that at USF, and they too offer scholarships, and we're a Division II university. You can take your education abroad or away. We have a variety of travel opportunities. A popular time for our USF students would be during our interim term or our January term, which is essentially a mini semester that happens between your fall and your spring semester. All right, and 100% of our first-time full-time freshmen do receive financial aid. So it can be a very affordable private education. Just here's a snapshot of what it costs to attend USF. That top number is before any type of aid. We do have an automatic scholarship that we consider you for when you apply, and it's for one academic year, and we have block tuition, which means you can take between 12 to 17 credits at the same cost. If you want to learn more, check out or see what our students are up to throughout the year, please connect with us through our social media. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my information in the chat box. Thank you for your time and have a great evening.
Thank you so much for University of Sioux Falls. Now we're going to have College of St Benedict, St John's University.
Excellent. Thanks, folks. Thanks for hanging in there with us, and looking forward to chat with you a little bit about St. Ben's and St. John's. Uniqueness about St. Ben's and St. John's starts on this slide, as you see that we are two colleges together. So men enroll at St. John's, women enroll at St. Ben's, and then the students all take their classes together. So you're enrolling at one college, but attending two at the same time. Both institutions were founded by the Benedictine Order of the Catholic Church, and you can see here on the slide the Benedictine values that we hope that all of our students will embrace, regardless of their religious affiliation. We have a little over half of our students who enter in who are Catholic, but many students who are not, and many who may not necessarily have a religious affiliation. But we believe that these are not only Catholic and Benedictine values, but human values. And I think one of the bedrock values is the community living that you see there, and is really important to us as we look at students living on campus together over the course of their 4 years, and then also creating a sense of community after they graduate, which really creates a great network for our students and our alums to maintain that connection and helping with jobs and internships and other opportunities later on. Here's a look at the campuses. As you can see, the top campus is St. John's. That's in Collegeville, Minnesota. And 5 miles away from that is St. Ben's, which is just below that, in St. Joseph, Minnesota. St. John's is on a 2,700-acre arboretum with 6 lakes and 15 miles of hiking trails. And St. Ben's is in St. Joseph, which is a town of about 6,000 people, has places off campus that students will hang out at, like the Local Blend Coffee Shop and Gary's Pizza and Bo Dids and Kay's Kitchen, some other places like that. And then the creature comforts of home, if you're from the kind of more of a metro area, within about a 10-minute drive of the campus, we can get into St. Cloud, which is about 200,000 people. And there you'll find, you know, the movies and the Target Run and going out to eat at, you know, places like Chipotle or Noodles or other things that you're used to. So kind of really nicely situated, about an hour and a half from the Twin Cities area. Academically, we're a liberal arts institution. Students are admitted to St. John's or St. Ben's without having to necessarily know exactly what they want to major in. More than half of our students do not know coming in, and half the students who say they know end up changing their mind. So we really want to be flexible and give you an opportunity to explore during your first year, taking that general curriculum. And then in your sophomore years, when you'll officially be accepted into your major. And then through that process, 93% of our students do graduate within 4 years. And you get that small class size with an average of 19 students in a class, and professors who have their highest degree in their field and are full-time. Mentioned being a strong community residentially. Students come in and live on campus at least their first 2-3 years. In their junior and senior year, there's opportunities to live in townhouses and apartments and places like you see here, like Centennial Commons at St. Ben's. St. John's also has a similar village, so it gives you that feel of being off campus, but still being in campus housing while living more independently. And our students travel abroad. We have a very strong global education program, 17 programs that we wholly own and operate, which is pretty unique for a school our size, plus 20 short-term trips in the summer and over the winter. There are other programs you could enter into also if we don't have something that you're interested in. And a lot of students involved in our Joint Events Council and other clubs and organizations where you can get an opportunity to connect with other students and find something, kind of find that niche that you want to be involved with. There's 100 clubs and organizations on campus, so plenty of opportunities to get connected with folks. For those of you interested in athletics, I know it was mentioned with other schools here, we're Division III, which is non-scholarship, and we provide opportunities for students to participate in the NCAA without being on scholarship, as well as club sports and the intramurals and recreational opportunities. And the neat thing is that while the men and women each have their own athletic facilities for their individual varsity sports teams on each campus, in general, recreationally, students can use the resources of the facilities on each campus, both St. Ben's and St. John's, which is another advantage with the two colleges together. We have been fortunate to be recognized as one of the top colleges in Minnesota for finding a job. And I go back to that networking piece again. We have a lot of networking opportunities throughout the year on campus and in the Twin Cities. So you can connect with our alums in a formal and informal way, get that guidance and mentorship as you're looking for opportunities. As you go through the application process, our application is open now for those of you who are seniors. Our first deadline or priority deadline is November 15th. You can apply online through our own application or through the common application. And you're going to look at sending in your transcripts and information about yourself that allows us to provide a holistic review. If you prefer to send in an ACT or SAT, you can, but we are optional in that case, so test optional, both for admission and scholarship purposes. And I mentioned scholarships, of course, because as you look at the total cost, sometimes people get nervous about looking at that sticker price of nearly $62,000, but we offer merit-based scholarships as well as need-based aid through the FAFSA, so grants, loans, student employment on top of our academic scholarships. And a neat thing that we have here, just to be able to get a good idea and estimate of where you would fall for a scholarship is the scholarship chart that is on our website, and I can post it in the chat. Gives you a chance to see kind of based on your GPA where you might fall for a scholarship range, or ACT where you would fall. And so if you submit an ACT or SAT, we'll only use it if it helps you. Your ACT or SAT would never hurt you in the process. So I just want to make sure we're very transparent in that. Thanks for your time, and hopefully we can take some questions.
All right, thank you all so much. Now to end off our session this evening, I would love for all the reps to give some parting words of wisdom to everyone that's here this evening. If you could just give them some advice on what would you think they should do to kind of help themselves in the college search process, share it with them right now, please. Let me go in order in the way we presented this evening.
Yeah, I can start us off there. I'm sure this is going to be a popular answer, but it really is my best advice. And that's just to visit campus. And thankfully, we live in a world now where we've had to adapt to some virtual options. So a lot of schools are going to have virtual visits as well if visiting in person just isn't feasible for whatever reason. So just try and check out some of those virtual walking tours, or even meet with someone from the department virtually as well.
My advice kind of goes with that. So when you are checking out the colleges and you're trying to figure out what some of the differentiating factors are, take some notes when you're along there, people. So take some notes, especially make a pro and con list, and just things that like really spark your imagination when you're at some of these colleges. So that way you can reflect on it later when you're trying to figure out where you're actually going to go.
My advice would be to, first of all, embrace this incredibly thrilling time of your life where you get to make a big decision, and also don't be afraid to ask questions. We are all here to help you. We work in admissions at our institutions, but we are willing to help you regardless of where you end up going. So if you end up speaking with me looking for a program that we don't have, I will do my best to point you at least in a good direction. And I know everyone here would do that as well. So please take advantage of that and ask all of your questions.
I would very much echo that. And I would say to ask questions. There's no stupid questions. Trust us. We have heard it all, and we are happy to help you with that process. You absolutely deserve to be here. We want you here, and we want to address any concerns that you have. So if you've had that question before, someone else also probably has it. Or if you're facing a particular situation and want us to consider that or connect you with resources, we have many of these resources available. So be your own advocate, start the process early, and don't forget about the scholarships as well.
Yeah, my advice would be take the time and set some time on the side to look for scholarships. There's a lot of free money out there. You've worked hard to have good grades, so why not get some free money? Even if it's $300, $500, it can go a long way even to purchase your textbook. So I would say scholarships, scholarships, scholarships.
Well, I'll just repeat something I heard a number of years ago, and I hope you've heard it before, and that is, college is a match to be made, not a prize to be won.
That is wonderful advice from you also. Thank you so much. And to everyone that's here, thank you this evening for coming to this session for the Virtual College Fair. Representative, thanks so much for giving your time tonight as well. And from all of us at the Minnesota ACAC, have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you all for everything.